Hey guys, it's Britt. Today we're here to talk about a couple creators that I've never talked about before, but this is a whole thing going on over on TikTok. It is petty drama, but I think it also speaks to kind of how people interact with their fans, their followers, their customers, their subscribers. So that's why I wanted to bring it to you guys. So if you're interested, please keep watching. All right, you guys, so today we're here to talk about the quote Tumblr drama, and who knew that there could even be drama when it comes to selling tumblers on Etsy and promoting your business on TikTok. It's news to me. So either way, today we're focusing on a creator by the name of Voorhees Tumblers, and essentially she makes 3D tumblers. Now, some of y'all might know that a lot of people are just cup obsessed. They gotta have all the Starbucks cups. They gotta have the Stanley cups. They gotta have the limited edition cups from, these mom and pop shops that are holiday edition. And if that's something that you want to pay money for, then by all means go for it. I myself am not a cup girly. I do just fine with my plastic reusable cups from Starbucks. Those fit the bill for me, but you do you. So when it comes to Voorhees Tumblers, she sells her products on Etsy, but she promotes on TikTok like a lot of other people do. Small business. I love the idea of people building a small business. If you have a solid product and you're able to sell it to a select market, whether it's small, large, medium, whatever, I am here for that. I am here for people being actual, if you want to call it boss babes, like we're still anti-MLM, but if you want to actually build a business, I'm always here for it. What is there to complain about? Obviously, customer service is number one. Any time you're selling a product, customer service. You have to keep the customer happy. If you're not keeping your customers happy, then obviously things start to go downhill quickly. Before Voorhees Tumblers decided around Christmas to make a Little Debbie Christmas tree cake tumbler. And I will throw an image right here for you guys. But essentially it looked just like the Little Debbie Christmas tree cake. And I'm sure a lot of y'all have had those. I've had them myself. They're a staple for some people. Absolutely love it. Cool. Essentially what happened is someone decided that they were okay with paying 200 doll hairs for this Little Debbie Christmas tree cup. And I'm just going to call it the cup from now on for time saving sake. But she decided that she wanted to buy the cup for $200. $200 is an astronomical amount of money, not only in this economy, but in general. If you're going to spend $200 on a product, I think that it's fair to say that most people are going to expect that their cup be delivered in 5 things of bubble wrap and fragile stamps all over the outside of the box, and the utmost care when it comes to dropping it off with the USPS. We know that sometimes delivery workers are not 100% careful with every package that they come across. Things might be thrown or tossed into the back of a van. That's just the way that it goes. But essentially, this customer who ended up receiving her cup, that was the, big to do, the $200 cup. So what this customer did is what most people would do. She ended up messaging the seller on Etsy, Voorhees Tumblers, and said, item arrived damaged. And she selected the ideal resolution as a refund, and it says, note for seller, hey, I'm not sure if I need to contact you on here or if you would prefer an email. I did receive my tumbler, but unfortunately it did arrive damaged. There are cracks throughout the epoxy, as well as a quarter-size crack on the epoxy on the back. Voorhees Tumblers ended up responding to this message and said, was the shipping box damaged at, just so I can contact UPS as well? I think she meant to say at all, But either way, she then sent a follow-up and said, I sent it UPS thinking they would be more careful with it with the crying emojis. And the customer responded back and said, no, there was no damage on the box. I can send it back, but I think a refund would be best at this point. And then the seller responds and says, okay, no problem. I'm so sorry it showed up like that. And the customer responded and said, it's okay. Thanks so much. I'll be on the lookout for the refund and the return label. Seller asks for an email address and she goes ahead and shares her email address. Pretty simple. This is where things start to really unravel. The seller, Voorhees Tumblers, ended up finding out that this customer shared her experience with TikTok, which is her right to do so. If you are unhappy with a service or a product or an experience that you have, as a consenting adult, you're able to make that decision that you want to make it public and you want to go to social media and share what happened. First, I want to say, I could understand if the seller was upset if there was just a bunch of lies and nonsense kind of put out for clicks and views. I could understand that. But this woman received a package that she paid $200 for the contents in that package. There were issues with the item and she decided to share it with her audience on social media. So essentially what happened is she caught wind of this, the seller, and said, at this time, I'm only offering to fix it because clearly you're telling people I sent it out damaged. I have, quote, sublimination people on my TikTok claiming, why was there no chunks in the box and paint covering it? Customer responds and says, I'm not pulling one over on you. I don't want to keep the cup as it's defective, nor do I want it fixed. Thank you for the offer. And the seller responded and said, that is a lie. It was wrapped in Walmart bags, surrounded by newspaper. How dare you? So essentially she's just trying to backpedal her way out of this. The seller is upset that this customer went to TikTok. As we know, you can put a TikTok out and it can literally go viral for the most random reasons. Like TikTok algorithm is very tricky, a little finicky, but a lot of times videos like this will go viral very quickly because it's just the way the algorithm works. So essentially the customer came back onto TikTok to share how she was feeling about this and showed in detail the damage that was on the cup, the issues with the cup, the straw hole, the whole 9 yards.
Tara, I'm going to address some things with you. Firstly, if you're going to tag me in a TikTok, do not immediately block me. That kind of defeats the whole purpose. You're trying to look big and bad, but you blocked me immediately. Don't do that. Secondly, I would like it if you deleted the TikTok that includes my address. That is completely unacceptable. I have small children at home with some things going on, and I don't appreciate the fact that you posted my personal fucking address on the goddamn internet. Whatever. Fucking next. I was so excited to get this cup, and I will show y'all pictures here in a second. I've never owned a 3D tumbler cup before, and everyone's like, oh my god, you spent $200 on a cup? I did. I'm not going to be the person that's going to tell someone you're not worth their price. And if you feel like your tumbler is worth $200, I will gladly pay it if it's something that I want. I have never expected perfection in a handmade item. We are humans, not machines. I even told you that, Tara, but you don't want to show the messages, right? You don't want to show the messages where you completely berated me, yelled at me, and even cussed at me on Etsy, and I still remained calm and professional with you. You poorly packaged that tumbler, which isn't even a big deal. It's not a big deal. It is what it is. What I received was a damaged tumbler. On top of that, it was not what was advertised, and I will show you guys pictures here in a second. I reached out to other 3D tumbler makers to ensure that my concerns about the tumbler were valid, and I wasn't just, overlooked. Like they were valid concerns. I didn't make anything public. You did. I simply reached out to you on Etsy. I haven't posted a review. I didn't post what the tumbler looks like until now. I messaged you privately, aside from reaching out to a few 3D tumbler makers to ensure, like I said, that my concerns about the cup were completely valid. $200 isn't a lot of money, and I am so upset with how this is going. I am so upset with the way that you were acting and the way that you were treating me simply because I asked for a refund on something that is not how it was advertised. And I'm just gonna stop. I have been up since 3 a.m. just completely sick over all of this. So, right around the magnets is a bunch of epoxy, which whatever, but there's a giant hole in the middle for the straw that is not even smoothed out at all. It is very rough. Right here in between the two stripes is crack number 1, which okay, it can happen during shipping, not a big deal. But here, if you look at that very top stripe, there is a crack in the red icing that was epoxied over, so you saw the crack and still chose to epoxy over it. Okay, this. I understand that your whole argument is no one's going to see it, but I see it, and I also paid a lot of money for this cup. Again, I don't expect perfection, but this looks rushed. And the colors don't match, nor do the glitter.
What I want to talk about is this seller's interactions with her customers, because there have been other reviews that customers have posted, and she has not responded in a neutral manner. She responds in a very hostile, aggressive manner, if I'm being frank. And I don't quite understand how you expect to stay in business if your customer service is lacking in such a grandiose manner. Now, what she has done is taken all of her tumblers off of Etsy because she was getting backlash and, feedback based on this interaction that the customer made public. What I want to say about this is, if you are a paying customer to a business, whether that's an influencer selling you something or a big box store or a small mom and pop local operated shop, if you are not happy with that product and the owner of the business tries to tell you to keep your mouth shut about you being unhappy with this product, that is a huge red flag. For me, I have had a few interactions with companies, and I think that companies are threatened by people sharing experiences on social media. This has given a brand new outlet for people to share good and bad reviews. Unfortunately, people will usually take their time to put out a bad review before they put out a good review, just because it is fueled by frustration and annoyance, and usually being let down by a company that they were supposed to receive a service or product from. And that's just kind of the way that people's minds work. They will feel the frustration, automatically want to voice the frustration, whereas if they walk away happy, they might delay putting out a good review. Social media is a beast, and sometimes it can work in your favor, sometimes it can work not in your favor. But if you're providing a product and that product is done half-assed, not shipped, damaged, and you don't want to fix it, whatever it is, people are going to go public. People are going to share their opinions on social media.
Welcome to the Season 1 finale of Tumblergate 2023. Last night, the Tree Cup creator, Voorhees Tumblers, aka Tara, privatized her TikTok. She also seemingly removed all the tree tumblers from her Etsy account. Here is your Sunday update. Sunday morning, Tara, aka Voorhees Tumblers, unprivatizes her TikTok account. She is now known as error_unknown0878. She makes multiple long ranting posts continuing to say the customer purposely damaged the cup to slander her. Comments are still off. Most recent video is 3 hours old saying that it's no big deal. She doxed her paying customer because another creator that's not even the customer shared a link to her address. In her Sunday video, she goes on to talk about how these people are bullying her.
The 2 years I've been doing this, these bullies that are doing this to me right now have never shared a positive thing about me. I'm a very kind person. It was always negative behind my back, mocking me.
However, However, Tara seems to have a history of mocking and bullying and laughing at any customer who dares to criticize her product, or customer service, or shipping time. This person says, the print is really bad, the messy bun chick's head isn't in proportion to the lettering, her head is super small while lettering is big, wish it was fixed and had to print out 8 times to piece together an actual image that is okay for a large shirt. That is a valid criticism of a digital print by Voorhees Tumblers, aka Tara. This is Tara's response. User error, ha ha ha, oh my god, do people make me laugh? Please scroll down and look at the other reviews who bought the same image. A customer even posted it on a shirt. People make me laugh. I have sold this image over 100 times and people love it, but thanks for the 1-star review, ha ha ha. That sounds like laughing and mocking to me. A paying customer. And this is from 2 years ago, so you have a history of this behavior. Tara is now claiming that the customer purposely damaged and defaced the cup in order to slander her or get a refund or whatever. Despite the fact that the issues with that mug had to have been done during the creating process, there was hair under the epoxy, smudges and cracks and just scruffy edges. I don't know the words for all the things, but she went from saying that the customer probably dropped it to now the customer is purposely trying to defame her, which she has a history of blaming the customer like a conspiracy theorist. This 1-star review by someone that is not the customer in this case, that she received a stolen image with watermarks on the image. Tara responds, this lady edited my picture and put a watermark image in the glasses and sent it back to me. It's 2 different pictures, reporting to Etsy. Bad customer. It's not a conspiracy theory.
The whole story just is so fishy and so odd to me, and it's the same people that have always bullied me.
In my opinion, Tara is the bully. She bullies anybody that dares to criticize her products. She uses emotional manipulation to control people as well.
To finish up my thoughts on this entire situation, I think that it's extremely immature and petty for this company that is selling $200 tumblers to react in this manner. If she would have handled this like a professional, none of this would have ever happened. And unfortunately, because of people like her, other people online are going to think twice before they shop with an Etsy seller. It's kind of like the Michaela eyelash situation. One bad apple can make people side-eye the entire industry, you know. And when you're someone selling products on Etsy, you obviously rely a lot on social media and you rely a lot on reviews and making sure that you're in good standing with the customers that have spent money in your business. And to have such a salty, negative, hostile interaction is deplorable. It's not okay. This woman paid $200, even though I think that's absolutely insane to pay for a freaking tumbler. If she is okay with paying that, then she should have not only received something that was not broken and done half-assed, but on top of it, when she brought it to your attention, it should have never been handled in the manner that it was. And that's how I feel about this. And unfortunately, I think that it will make people second guess, you know, kind of who they are buying products from. It sucks. But yeah, this is kind of all over TikTok. I was seeing a lot about it, so I wanted to share it with you guys. A little bit of a random video. But either way, tell me what you think. Would you pay $200 for a Little Debbie Christmas tree tumbler? Tell me down below, you know? So for now, if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye. Hi. Do you want to say something? Okay.